If you've been using the Realme 2 Pro, the Realme 3 Pro is launched today, making it obvious that Realme is on its way to expand its target market, as the phone is an upper mid-range phone that offers more in terms of performance, camera and battery life. The Realme 3 Pro is by far one of the best devices that Realme has come up with so far, catering for mid-range market. So if you are interested to know more about this phone, do stay with me. First of all, the Realme 3 Pro is slightly larger than the Realme 3 as it has a 6.3-inch LCD screen that has great contrast, but I noticed the display leans towards a warmer tone. On its own, the Realme 3 Pro screen looks great, but once I've compared it to other smartphones with LCD screens, I noticed the Realme 3 Pro's display is slightly lacking in terms of clarity and color accuracy. It is great that it comes with Corning Gorilla Glass 5, which should protect the Realme 3 Pro screen from easily cracking. The Realme 3 Pro stays loyal to its notch design, sporting the same dewdrop notch that was seen on the Realme 3 and the Realme 2 Pro. It supports both face and fingerprint unlock, and both work with great accuracy. Realme is also loyal to wired earphones, retaining the 3.5mm headphone jack at its bottom. This phone has 3 color variants: lightning purple, carbon grey and nitro blue, which is the color of my current unit. The back of the phone has a subtle S-shaped light pattern on its gradient back, but it is a bit of a fingerprint magnet. That being said, the phone is quite light and it fits well in my hand. Now, the Realme 3 Pro is powered by a mid-range Snapdragon 710 AIE processor with Hyper Boost 2.0 to increase the performance. It has 6GB of RAM and 128GB of storage, which will definitely be enough for casual users who don't download lots of games in their phones. I tried playing PUBG with this phone and it doesn't perform as smoothly as on flagship devices. However, I can still play PUBG with the Realme 3 Pro with frame rate settings set to high without stutters, so that's actually pretty impressive for a mid-range phone. As expected, the phone ships with ColorOS 6 and it has an app drawer to keep all my apps organized. The UI is much neater too, but I personally think the icons at the notification bar are too big for my liking. I do think the smart driving feature is practical, especially its do not disturb driving mode that can be switched on to prevent calls and banner notifications from coming in when you're driving. The Realme 3 Pro also gets a huge upgrade when it comes to its cameras. The rear now holds a 60MP main camera and a 5MP secondary lens, and it now has the Ultra HD feature that combines 8 shots to create a 64MP photo when you use the expert mode. I am really impressed that the daytime photos came out great in terms of color vibrancy, and while there is a loss of details for a mid-range phone, I think the camera is already pretty good. I think the Realme 3 Pro does quite well in low light photography with its Nightscape mode. The pictures definitely have more noise, but the lighting is at least well balanced. I do need to wait a while when it comes to taking low light pictures because I have to hold still for about 2 seconds for a clearer image, and the processing time will take another 2 to 3 seconds. Its low light photography is definitely worth praising for a mid-range phone. While previously the Realme 3 holds a 30MP AI front camera, the Realme 3 Pro now comes with an improved 25MP AI selfie camera. The selfies are decent and quite detailed under good lighting, but its AI beauty mode can come off a bit strong. Fortunately, it's adjustable so you can always lessen the AI effects. The portrait mode is also quite unnatural for both front and back cameras. The cameras can't accurately capture the stray strands of my hair, and the bokeh effect is quite intense and also non-adjustable. Moving on, the Realme 3 Pro comes with a hefty 4045mAh battery and can usually last me almost 2 days if I don't game excessively. Despite the fact that it charges via micro USB, it supports VOOC Flash Charge 3.0 and comes with a 20W fast charger. It took around an hour for me to charge my phone from 20% to 100%, which I think is acceptable for a phone with such a large battery. The Realme 3 Pro is a great mid-range phone, especially since this phone is an all-rounder, performing fairly well when it comes to photography, audio, performance, and battery life. It is definitely a competitor to devices like the Oppo F11 and even the Honor 20 Lite, but it really depends on what you're looking for in a smartphone. The Oppo F11 and Honor 20 Lite may be able to surpass the Realme 3 Pro when it comes to their cameras, but the Snapdragon 710 AIE processor integrated in the Realme 3 Pro will definitely outperform the other two devices' processors. If you've been using the Realme 2 Pro, then the Realme 3 Pro will also be a great option to consider if you're looking for an upgrade. You'll also realize that I have yet to reveal the price of this phone because we actually shot this video before the launch itself. However, I will put the price in the description box down below, so if you're interested, you can feel free to check it out after you're done with this video. So that's it for our video today. Give us a thumbs up if you like this video and subscribe to our channel KLGadgetTV, and I'll see you in the next one.